Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? Um, Marble here from YouTube land and somewhere on the internet. We had finished reading Genesis, Bere'shiyth, chapter 33 in the last video, and a recap on that was Yaakov was traveling on his way, it says, to see his father, and on the way he runs into his brother Esau, and so um, there was a band of men of about 400 men with him, and Yaakov's still kind of freaking out, and he sees him, and Esau's running towards him, and he decides to Yaakov decides to bow himself 7 times, and Esau runs to him and gives them the biggest hug of his life. And so they're talking, and Yaakov comes forth with his women and children, and Esau's like, "Hey, who are these?" And he's like, "Oh, they're my wives and my children, and they're my wife's handmaids." And so they each bow accordingly to with their mother and their children, to each their own. And he's going on. He's like, "Well, what the heck were you? What's all this? All these cattle? What's all this drove? What do you mean by this?" He's like, "Well, I was kind of hoping you forgot about what I did to you, and, kind of an appeasing gift, if you will, to give to you back what I had stolen, essentially." And he's like, "Dude, I don't even care anymore. I've got enough. Keep your stuff." And he's like, "No, you take it." And it says he urged him, "Take it, take it, take it." All right, all right. So Esau receives the gift of, I believe we had counted 570 head of cattle, herds and sheep, and all of this. And they're talking as they're walking along. And it's like, "Hey, I'm heading back to my place in Sair. Why don't you come with me?" He's like, "Well, if we drive the herd, they got young ones, and the children are tender. They're not used to this migrating stuff like we are. Um, either one of them could die." So he's like, "Well, let me have some men accompany you along your journey, and we'll meet at my place." "No, I mean, there's no need for that." "Well, all right. Well, I'll come to my place, and we'll hang out some more." "Okay, we'll do that." Well, Esau or Yaakov, Esau's going back up to Seir and expecting Yaakov to show up there in a few days, and Yaakov doesn't. Instead, he changes his route, and he goes to a place called Sukkot, where he had made sukkahs, or booths, little stalls and whatnot for his animals to live in. And which is interesting because don't we have, we'll find out when in the next couple of books, but there's a special observance called Sukkot, where we are to build sukkahs and to live in them. Another part earlier in Genesis, I had noticed somebody had made matzah. And it seems like some of these feasts are kind of hinting themselves out before they were even set apart to the children of Yasharel, when Yah had started giving them his appointed feasts. So that's pretty similar, or that's pretty awesome that these things are going on, and it's just pointing out little things. See, you don't get the word sukkah in the King James Bible or the NSB or any of that stuff. They say booths, and you're like, okay, think of a booth. You're going to the country fair or the county fair, and oh, they got booths. How am I supposed to live in one of those? No, it says they made sukkahs, which are booths essentially, but they're, I don't know. I lost my train of thought, but it's not the same of what you get in these messages. So Sukkot, one of the observance feasts where we are to dwell in sukkahs. And you kind of, this is what it was. You wouldn't understand, okay, they dwelt in booths, but you wouldn't understand that if it didn't say sukkah and you didn't know what Sukkot was. So there's that. So he came out from Padan Aram and found a place in Canaan, near the city of Shechem, purchased a field, says for 100 pieces of money. So that would be to the merchant's time, or the merchant's value of money of whatever that was, whether it was shekels or other form of measurement that they had used. So he spread his tent, set camp up, and near at the hand of the children of Hamor. Now, this is one of the descendants that is listed in earlier chapters from the descendants of Noah. And this is where they had settled down in the area. So, but it was near the city of Shechem, and we'll find out what happens next in chapter 34 of the book of Bere'shiyth. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bore unto Yaakov, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor the Hivi, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lied with her and defiled her. And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Yaakov, and he loved the damsel and spoke kindly unto the damsel. And Shechem spoke unto his father, saying, Get me this damsel but to be my woman. And Yaakov heard that he had defiled Dinah his daughter. Now his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Yaakov held his peace until they were come. And Hamor the father of Shechem went out to Yaakov to commune with him. And the sons of Yaakov came out of the field when they heard it. And the men were grieved, and they were very wroth, because he had wrought folly in Yasharel, in lying with Yaakov's daughter, which thing ought not to be done. And Hamor communed with them, saying, the soul of my son Shechem longs for your daughter. I pray you give her to him to be his woman. And make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you, and ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade ye therein, and get you possessions therein. And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, Let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me I will give. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me. But give me the damsel to be my woman. And the sons of Yaakov answered Shechem and Hamor his father deceitfully, and said, Because he had defiled Dinah their sister. And they said unto them, We cannot do this thing, to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach unto us. But in this we will consent unto you, if ye will be as we be, that every male of you be circumcised. Then we will give our daughters unto you, and we will take your daughters unto us, and we will dwell with you, and we will become one people. But if ye will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then we will take our daughter, and we will be gone. And their words pleased Hamor and Shechem, Hamor's son. And the young man deferred not to do the thing, because he had delight in Yaakov's daughter, and he was more honorable than all the house of his father. And Hamor and Shechem his son came unto the gate of their city, and communed with the men of their city, saying, These men are peaceable with us, therefore let them dwell in the land and trade therein. For the land, behold, it is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for women, and let us give them our daughters. Only herein will the men consent unto us to dwell with us, to be one people. If every male among us be circumcised as they are circumcised, shall not their cattle and their substance and every beast of theirs be ours? Only let us consent unto them, and they will dwell with us. And unto Hamor and unto Shechem his son hearkened all that went out of the gate of his city, and every male was circumcised, all that went out of the gate of his city. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore, that two of the sons of Yaakov, Shimon and Levi, Dinah's brethren, took each man his sword, and came upon the city boldly, and slew all the males. And they slew Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house, and went out. The sons of Yaakov came upon the slain, and spoiled the city, because they had defiled their sister. They took their sheep, and their oxen, and their asses, and that which was in the city, and that which was in the field, and all their wealth, and all their little ones, and their women they took captive, and spoiled even all that was in the house. And Yaakov said unto Shimon and Levi, You have troubled me to make me to stink among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanim and the Perizim, and I being few in number, they shall gather themselves together against me, and slay me. and I shall be destroyed, I and my house. And they said, should he deal with our sister as with an harlot? This concludes Bere'shiyth, Genesis chapter 34. Blessings, y'all. See y'all on the next one.